Hello students. So today we are going to continue the chapter coordinate geometry of 10th standard from question number 10 of practice set 5.2. So the question is, find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment AB with the point A 2 7 and B minus 4 minus 8. Now the exceptional part in this example is you are given that is the trisection of the line segment. So what is the meaning of the trisection? Means the given segment is divided into three equal parts. So this example can be easily understood by drawing a figure. So we draw here the figure, that is we are given the line segment AB and it is trisected. So here we draw three equal parts of that segment, that is first part, second part, and this one is the third part. So since it is trisected, so you have to draw here the 2 points, that is P and Q, so that there are three equal parts, that is AP is equals to PQ is equals to QB. So these are the three equal parts, 1, 2 and 3. So here you are given the coordinates of A, that is 2 7, and the coordinates of B are minus 4 and minus 8. Now we have to find out the coordinates of P and coordinates of Q, because the question is find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment of AB. So here we have to find out the coordinates of P and Q. So from figure we can easily understand, that is since there are three equal parts 1, 2 and 3, we write here P. So this is the first part and the remaining two parts are like this one, that is PQ and QB. So first we are going to find out the coordinates of P. So see the figure, that is AP and PB. So PB is consist of two equal parts. So here I write here, that is 2, and AP is consist of one part, so it is 1. So M is equals to 1 and N is equals to 2. Again I repeat, that is AP is consist of one part, so it is 1, and PB is consist of two equal parts, that is PQ and QB, so N is equals to 2. So here we get the ratio, that is M is to N is equals to 1 is to 2. And now by using the section formula we are going to find out the coordinates of P and Q. Now see here, that is PXY divide the line segment AB in the ratio 1 is to 2. And so you know the formula, that is section formula, PXY is equals to, that is mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n and my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Now just we are to putting the value, that is m is 1 and n is 2, and you know the values of x1 x2 and y1 y2. Since here a is, that is 2 7, these are the x1 y1 and x2 y2. Are minus 4 and minus 8. So we are going to put down the value here. So by putting this value and by solving we get, that is Pxy is equals to minus 4 plus 4 upon 1 plus 2, that is 3, and here minus 8 and plus 14, that is 3. And so Pxy is equals to 0 by 3 and 6 by 3. So answer is 0 and 2. Since here we get the coordinates of P, that is 0 and 2. Now we take some part of this figure, since we are going to find out the coordinates of Q. So we are taking only this part of this figure, that is A, P and Q. So A, P, Q. So we are drawing the segment AQ including this P. So here is the figure, that is AQ. So A consisting coordinates, that is 2 7. We have to find out the coordinates of Q, so we consider it as a x2 y2, and here we find the coordinates of P, that is 0 and 2. So in this figure again P is the midpoint of AQ, so AP is equals to PQ, and so we are using here the midpoint formula. So you know that is Pxy is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. Here we have to put down the values of x1 and x2. So we already know the coordinates of P, that is 0 and 2. So we put here, that is 0 to x1 is 2 and we don't know the value of x2, so we have to keep it as it is upon 2, and y1 is 7 plus y2, you have to keep it as it is. Now we just equating the x coordinates and y coordinates. So this one is x coordinate, y coordinate, and this one is x and y. So equating x coordinates, so we get that is 0 is equals to 2 plus x2 upon 2. Now taking cross, we'll get that is 0 is equals to 2 plus x2. So x2 is equals to minus 2. Similarly, by equating the y coordinates, we'll get 2 is equals to 7 plus y2 upon 2. So 2 2s are 4 is equals to 7 plus y2. So 4 minus 7 will get y2 is equals to minus 3, and hence we get the coordinates of q, that is minus 2 and minus 3. Now the question number 11. So if a, that is minus 14 minus 10, b 6 minus 2 is given, then find the coordinates of the points which divide the segment AB into 4 equal parts. In previous example we see that the segment is divided into 3 equal parts, that is it is trisected. Now in this example this AB is divided into 4 equal parts. So first we have to draw this segment AB, and now we have to divide it into 4 equal parts. So here is the first part, second part, third part, and fourth part. So since it is divided into 4 parts, here we require the 3 points. So we take here that is P, Q and R, and we have to find out the coordinates of this P, Q and R. Now see the figure carefully. You see that is AP is equals to PQ is equals to QR is equals to RB. So in this figure, Q is the midpoint of AB. Q is the midpoint of AB. So by finding or by using the midpoint formula, we can easily find out the coordinates of Q. So first my point is Q is the midpoint of segment AB. Just draw the rough figure taking only these 3 points, that is A, B and Q. So A is minus 14 minus 10, B is 6 and minus 2. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Now we have to find out the coordinates of Q, that is xy. So by using the midpoint formula, that is Q, xy is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. Q xy is equals to, just put down the value of x1, x2. So x1 is minus 14, x2 is 6 upon 2. Again y1, that is minus 10 plus minus 2 upon 2. And by solving we get that is the coordinates of Q are minus 4 and minus 6. So here we get that is minus 4 and minus 6. Now we are going to find out the coordinates of P. Now see in this figure, now P is the midpoint of AQ. So just taking only this part of this figure, we draw here the figure, that is A, P and Q. Now in this figure, P is the midpoint of segment AQ. So you know the coordinates of A, Q, and using the same formula which use here, that is midpoint formula, we can easily find out the coordinates of P. So P xy is equals to, again using the same formula, x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. Just putting the value, we get the coordinates of P, that is minus 9 and minus 8. So here we get the coordinates of P, that is minus 9 and minus 8. Now see, the remaining is we have to find out the coordinates of R. Now again we are taking this part of this figure, that is Q dash R and B. Now again here R is the midpoint of QB, and so by again using the midpoint formula we can easily find out the coordinates of R. So by taking 3, so this example is actually divided into 3 parts, that is first one is the Q is the midpoint of segment AB. Next we take that is P is the midpoint of segment AQ, and now the third part, that is R is the midpoint of segment QB. R is the midpoint of segment QB. Just drawing the rough figure, that is QB, R is the midpoint. Again you know the coordinates of Q, that is x1, y1, and coordinates of B are 6 and minus 2. So using the midpoint formula we get that is R xy is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. Put down all these values, so you will get that is the coordinates of R, R1 and minus 4. And similarly you have to find out the question number 12. So this is all about the section formula, midpoint formula and centroid formula. Now the last concept from this chapter, that is the slope of a line. So first see the figure. So we are given that is the two coordinate axes, that is x axis and y axis, and suppose this is a line and 2 points lies on this line, that is p x1 y1 and q x2 y2. And if we take the ratio of these coordinates, that is y2 minus y1, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, then this ratio is called as the slope of the line, and the slope of the line is denoted by m. So we get here the formula of the slope of the line, that is m is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So if we are given 2 points, then to find the slope of the line we have to use this formula, that is m is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus y1. Remember that if you are given the 2 points, then for finding the slope of the line we have to use this formula, m is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now the second formula, that is same here, that is we are given the coordinate axis, that is x axis and y axis. And now in this example or in this figure, if you are given the slope of the line, that is L, you are given the line and you are given the angle, and to find out the slope we have to take the tan ratio of this angle. So the tan ratio of an angle made by the line with positive direction of x axis, that is called as a slope. So it is denoted by the formula, that is m is equals to tan theta. So here we get the two formulas of the slope. If we are given the 2 points, then we have to use the formula, that is m is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. And if we are given the angle, that is in the form of theta, then we have to use this formula, that is m is equals to, that is slope is equals to tan theta. And some important points regarding to this slope is, the first one is the slope of x axis is always 0. Next, slope of y axis cannot be determined. Next, if the lines are parallel, they are having the same slope, that is equal slopes. And when two distinct lines having same slope, then the lines are parallel. Now we start with the practice set 5.3. So question number 1, that is angle made by a line with the positive direction of x axis are given, and then find the slope of these lines. So you are given some angles and we have to find out the slope. So here in this concept we learn the two formulas of finding the slope. First one, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, and if we are given the angle, then we have to use the formula, that is m is equals to tan theta. So in this example we are given, that is thetas. So first answer, that is m is equals to tan theta, just you have to put down the theta, that is tan 45, and tan 45 is 1. So the slope of the first one is 1. Next, the formula is m is equals to tan theta, just put down the value of theta is 60, so tan 60 is root 3. And next one, m is equals to tan theta, now the tan theta is 90, so tan 90 is not defined. So this is all about the question number 1. Now the question number 2, find the slope of the line passing through these points. Now you are given the 2 points and you have to find out the slope. See the difference between two examples. In first example you are given the angle and you ask about the slope, and in the second example you are given the 2 points and you have to find out the slope. So since you are given the 2 points, you have to use the formula, that is m is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this first point's coordinates we say it is, that is x1 y1, and for second you have to write down x2 y2. Just put down the value. So y2, that is 7 minus 3 upon x2, that is 4 minus 2. So we'll get 4 upon 2. So the answer is 2. And in same question, the second example, again you are given the 2 points, that is p minus 3 1 and q is 5 and minus 2. Again we consider it as a x1 y1 and x2 y2. So the slope is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So here we get, that is minus 2 minus 1 upon 5 plus 3. So the answer is minus 3 upon 8, and hence the slope of PQ is minus 3 by 8. So this question consists of 6 examples. Question number 2 consists of 6 examples. Here I solved 2 examples and the remaining 3, 4, 5, 6 you have to solve at home. Next, the question number 3. Determine whether the following points are collinear. Collinear means the points which are in a single line, on a single line, then they are called as the collinear points. So you are given that is A, B and C. The points, if these points lies on the same line, then they are called as the collinear points. So how we can find out if the slope of AB and slope of BC are equal, then these points are collinear. So this is the condition for the points to be collinear. That is, if the slope of AB and the slope of BC are equal or same, then these 3 points are collinear. So again we have to find out the slope of AB by using the formula, that is y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So here we consider AB as x1 y1 and b for x2 y2. Put down this value and here we get the value of the slope of AB as a 2. Again we have to find out the slope of BC. So BC, so for B consider it as x1 y1 and C for x2 y2. Putting this value we get that the slope is same, that is 2. Since both the slopes having the same answer, that is the slope of AB is equals to slope of BC, so this point, that is A, B, C are collinear. Again this question, that is question number 3, is consist of 6 examples. So you have to solve these remaining questions like this one. So this is all about the question number 1, 2, 3. Question number 1, 2, 3 from exercise from practice set 5.3. And the remaining examples we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.